A young woman, Sarah, moves into an old run-down house after inheriting it from a distant relative. At first, everything seems normal, but soon, weird things start happening. Lights flicker on and off, doors slam shut on their own, and Sarah begins to hear strange noises coming from the walls. Sarah tries to brush off the strange occurrences as a result of the old house, but as time goes on, the events become more frequent and more intense. She starts to feel like she's being watched at all times, and she notices inexplicable shadows moving in the corners of her vision. One night, Sarah is woken up by a loud crash coming from the living room. She gets up and investigates, only to discover that a vase has fallen off a shelf and shattered into pieces. As she's cleaning up the mess, she hears a faint whisper coming from upstairs. Sarah's heart races as she stands stock still, listening intently. The whisper grows louder, and she's sure she can make out the words, "Get out," she tells herself. She's just hearing things, but the feeling of dread in her chest grows stronger. Sarah's heart races as she stands stock still, listening intently. The whisper grows louder, and she's sure she can make out the words, "Get out." She tells herself she's just hearing things, but the feeling of dread in her chest grows stronger. When Sarah reaches the top of the stairs, she sees a figure standing at the end of the hallway. The figure is shrouded in darkness, and she can't make out any features, but she senses a malevolent presence. Sarah calls out to the figure, her voice trembling. "Who are you? What do you want?" The figure doesn't respond, but instead starts moving towards her, its footsteps slow and deliberate. Sarah's heart is racing now, and she bolts back down the stairs, adrenaline pumping through her veins. She tries to call the police, but her phone is dead. She's trapped in the house with the mysterious and malevolent figure. Sarah frantically looks for a safe place to hide. She finds a small closet in the hallway and squeezes inside, closing the door behind her. She can hear the figure moving through the house, searching for her. Sarah crouches in the dark, trying to stay as quiet as possible. She hears the figure stop outside the closet, and her heart stops. The closet door handle jiggles as the figure tries to open it. Sarah holds her breath, praying that the figure won't find her. The handle jiggles again, and then the door rattles in its frame. The figure seems to realize she's in the closet. The closet door rattles again, shuddering under the force of the figure's attempts to break it down. Sarah can hear the wood creaking, and the door seems like it could give way at any moment. Suddenly, she hears a massive banging sound, as if someone is trying to kick the door down. The door shudders violently as the figure continues its assault. Sarah can't tell if the door is going to hold or give in. She braces herself against the wall, her body shaking with fear. Suddenly, the banging stops. Sarah waits, listening intently. The house is eerily quiet, the only sound coming from her own ragged breathing. She wonders if the figure has given up, or if it's waiting outside. The door just biding its time. Just when Sarah thinks the coast is clear, she hears a low, guttural growl from the other side of the door. The sound sends a chill down her spine, and she realizes the figure is still there, waiting. The growl grows louder and more menacing, and Sarah hears the figure start to scratch at the door as if trying to dig its way inside.